This segment is sponsored by Strategic Wealth Designers. Most people plan for retirement the wrong way, but it's not their fault. So here to break down the basics of retirement planning the way it should have been explained all along is Thomas Riley, a senior financial advisor at Strategic Wealth Designers. Welcome back, Thomas. Great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me. Great seeing you too.
Yep. All right. We want to talk about those decisions that we're all making for retirement. What's one retirement decision that people think is reversible, but it isn't?
Yeah, so the big thing here is actually Social Security. So one thing on Social Security is that the longer you delay it, the larger monthly benefit that you get in the future. And it can be very difficult to reverse. So once you turn it on, make sure that it's when you do want to turn it on and it's according to your plan there. So I would say rushing to collect Social Security is one of the big mistakes that people make and is hard to reverse there.
Ah, good to know. Hard to reverse. A lot of people do things and then they wait and see. What's the most expensive wait and see decision you see people making in their mid-50s to early 60s?
Yeah, so there's lots of things that you can kind of point out right here, but I would say taxes are the biggest thing. So when you're in your 50s and early 60s, there's a lot of room to where you can do tax planning on your portfolio, things like Roth conversions. But when you get later in retirement, like your 70s, you have required minimum distributions. So if you're thinking about doing tax planning or you have concerns of doing higher tax in the future, doing that now can be a big benefit towards the future for you.
A great tip, a great tip. And we're always, of course, trying to plan for the future. How will retirement planning change in the next 5 years, do you think?
Yeah, I think there's a couple different things that can cause changes for retirees. I think one, you have better healthcare and technology, so planning on a longer retirement, not a shorter one. And then the other thing, like we were talking about too, is taxes. So more than likely, we'll see higher income tax at some point in the future. And so planning on potentially setting up your portfolio to be more tax efficient now can have some big benefits down the road.
Yeah, probably good time of year to even work with someone right now to kind of plan for that.
Yeah, so if you have concerns as far as what's going to happen in the future, or are you going to outlive your money, that's exactly what financial planners do to give you a clear kind of idea of where you're at, and if you're not there, what you have to do to accomplish that as well.
Yeah, and Thomas, we've seen the market start the year with gains and stresses. What should pre-retirees and retirees be watching for now versus later in the year?
Yeah, I would try to say in the beginning of the year, try to ignore headlines a little bit. The stock market always has some things that can cause it to go up or go down. But the beginning of the year can be a good time to readjust your risk in the portfolio, make sure it lines up with where you want it to be at. Another thing outside of that is just having an emergency fund set aside in case something unexpected does pop up. And then usually later in the year can be a good idea to rebalance the portfolio and maybe do things like tax planning or harvesting as well. So focus on risk, and then also try not to pay too much attention to the headlines because they can sometimes make you more nervous than you might need to be.
But Thomas, that's so hard.
It is so hard.
The headlines come at us, but those are really, really great tips. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Of course. For more in-depth retirement education, visit retirementplanninguniversity.com to sign up for classes happening in the DMV every month.